Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight? Y'all doing okay tonight? Um, let's see who is in here. I see Donna, I see Deborah, I see Jean, and I see Kurt. Hey, seriously funny. I see David Hayes. I see Kimberly Spencer. Who else is in here? How is everybody doing tonight? Let's see. We have not did. Hey, Yam. Hey, Shan. Hey Harold, hey Chocolate City, Monica J, that's my moderator. Miss Yam is one of my members. Who else is a member? Miss Deborah is one of my members. Um, Miss Chocolate City is in the house. Miss Clarinetta, Harold Stewart, and David Blaze Hayes. My Sunday was good. NXZW is in the house. And Miss Diane Wright is one of my members. How is everybody doing tonight, y'all? I don't think we've done a live in. Have we done a live? Did we do a live? I don't know. I think I've been doing just the pre-recorded, the premieres. Hey, Miss Monica J. Did I say Monica J? She's one of my moderators and a member. And Miss Yolanda is in the house. Who else is in here? Y'all hit that like button as y'all come into the room. Um. I'm good and full. You good and full? Hey, rest in peace, Young Dolph. He's in the house. Miss Donna Trevino. I don't know if I said your name. I don't be wanting to miss nobody's names. What you say? Kenny Money ain't still what? WLE from Miss Barbara Britton is a member and she is in the house. You busted the like button. I appreciate that. Y'all doing all right tonight? Hey, Miss Kimberly Spencer just became a member. Thank you, Miss Kim. Miss Letitia Wing is in the house. Daryl Brown is in the house. Jeff Lee is in the house. What's going on, you guys? I am happy to be here with you guys tonight. Phenomenal Black Woman. And it's in here. I'm full from church. You full from church. And my cookie, okay? I think for me all day, I kind of been going back and forth doing different stuff. Like my body is tired because I normally don't do a whole lot of dozing. I dozed off like 3 times a day. I was working on a report that I got to turn in tomorrow. Hey, Miss Nika. We deep, ain't it? We deep in here. Miss Jean Pickett. And I dozed off and went to sleep. And I woke up. And it's funny because each dream that I had, y'all, when I went to sleep, my dreams are very profound, right? Like, or God kind of speaks to me through my dreams, right? I've always gotten warnings, and you know how God will show you stuff so you know what to pray for or pray against, rather. And it's funny because I dozed off 3 times, and I was doing a report that I still hadn't finished, that I'll probably be up in the middle of the night finishing because it's got to be in tomorrow. And hey, Miss Anissa, hey, Player Cole, Miss Hakia, and then hey, Demon, it's very prophetic. That's the word I was looking for, Demon. Very prophetic. And God was showing me some things, which is awesome. It's a good thing when you can stay prayed up because, like, I have, like, we've been, and my mom has been getting up at 5 o'clock every morning. You know, she gets up at 5 o'clock and go to like the foot of her bed and petition the throne of grace. She used to do that every single day. But I remember she told me like a week or so ago, she was like, you know, she had started having bad dreams. And she was like, the devil is really at somebody. And I got to start getting back up and start to, and getting at the foot of my bed at 5 a.m. with my Bible. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know what kind of relationship my mother has with God, but I just wish, I just hope to get to that point, because I've never in my life known for her to say that she was petitioning God for something and it did not come to pass. Like anytime she's ever had any trouble, she would always say, "I'm laying this at the feet of God. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to say nothing I don't want to say nothing else about it. I can't talk about it. I've already laid it at the altar." And then the next thing I know, like if it was on her job, those people ended up I mean, I've just never known for her to petition God and it nothing happened. It always happens. Like he always takes care of everything. And so I thank God though when I doze off and stuff like that, and God gives me dreams and he showed me things, I'm able to start coming against it and praying, and then getting some people around me that that's really for me to help me to pray against those things and send whatever evil that people, because people send out evil. You have to be extremely careful when you own this, you know what I mean, especially when you're on a entity like this where you're around a lot of different people, a lot of different spirits. You have to understand, like, this social media stuff is another dimension, right? And when you're used to being around the safety of your family and your friends, and you might have a few troubled family members, but at the core, your family members probably truly do care about you. But when you're on a internet with a lot of different people and they got a lot of different spirits and stuff on them, they come from a lot of different backgrounds, coupled with probably being, on all kinds of alcohol and narcotics and things of that nature, and having that crabs in a barrel mentality. Like, you looking at a devil that is out of, like, that only prayer can take down, right? That you can only take down if you're led by prayer and spiritual warriors. Because the thing about a devil, and I'm not on here to preach because we're gonna get into Dolph, but I was just thinking those dreams just kind of led me to this. You have to be extremely careful when you start praying against these devils, because there's a lot of people especially on these social medias, they will tell you, they openly tell you that they practice all types of witchcraft. They do. They practice all kinds of witchcraft. They trying to put all types of spells on you and your family because you dare to be great. They'll tell you, "Oh, you got a problem with her. Well, what's your problem? Oh, she thinks she's gonna be great. We speaking out, all kinds of curses, and they looking at your pictures, because you remember back in the day, a person couldn't touch your hair or get a picture of you. They couldn't touch your hair or get a picture of you. But people, social media have made us all so accessible to demonic spirits and evil people, where, I mean, their lineage was evil. They practice all types of witchcraft and stuff. Okay, so it's already on them. They don't know any better. They sick. I watch people's eyes very closely. I could tell when they sick. And that jealousy demon is extremely dangerous. But I'm gonna tell you something, it ain't nothing like prayer, because they can't beat that out. So a lot of these demons you probably ain't gonna see no more after a while, because what you have to do is, I thought about in the Bible where um um what God says, I believe it was God says that, you have to be careful when when you're rebuking devils, not to allow them to come back into your temple or something, because because it'll come back 7 times worse. That's why when you start going up against demonic spirits, and some people are just led by demonic spirits. You can't take your foot off of their neck with prayer and spiritual warriors. You have to break their neck, because if you let up off of them, they'll come back 7 times worse. Okay. They'll come back 7 times worse. And there's a lot of different entities on here. Even with me, like, you have a lot of people that can be hood. I'm not street, but I got a little hood in me. because I grew up in the hood at an early age. But even when you have people that are street, all street people are not black hearted. They're not evil just because they're street. They go into survival mode. They know the streets, but it don't mean that they're evil and black hearted. It's a lot of evil black hearted people. Okay. And it takes a special kind of thing to a prayer as well as the right entities to make sure that those evil entities are eliminated, right? Because it's a damn shame that black people, there's an opportunity for anybody to make some money on YouTube, and it's accessible. Some of these folks making more money than what they've ever made, but it's a damn shame they feel like they need to crawl into barrels. And it always ends, I think, when all the, Google go, hey, I can't, I'm all right. But it's sad that whenever their money is accessible to our community, we start scrapping like damn monkeys and shit. We start scrapping like monkeys, you know, and start trying to crawl into barrels. Okay. Yeah, Satan is already defeated. I can promise you that. I can, if I can't promise you nothing else, I can promise you that one. So, anyways, I just had to think about that, because a lot of times, like, if you're not careful, eh, you'll jump down off of your high horse and start. I think y'all remember me saying when I first started doing this, I was like, I don't go back and forth with ignorant people, because they will lure you into a fight and then beat you with years of experience. As long as you stay on your high horse, they can't touch you, because they don't know anything about they don't know anything about being top flight. All they know is first floor shit. So if you go back down to the first floor, or if you jump off your high horse and jump in that mud with them, you gonna lose. It's gonna be like quicksand, because all they do is waddle and slop. But if you stay on your high horse and do things in order, you will win every time, because they don't know anything about order. Okay, they don't know anything about first, top flight stuff. That's why I always say I don't deal with first floor people with first floor mentalities. And I definitely don't crawl into barrels. It's too much money out there. It's too much money out there to be fighting over crumbs, and one person can't get it all. But unfortunately, our community, everybody in our community, has not recognized that. It's unfortunate. And so it's sad when things have to be put into place and things have to happen, because if not, black folks will run amok. Our people need some repair. First of all, a lot of it is just evilness and low downness, and it's stuff. It's laws and stuff for stuff like that. Okay, it's sad when things have to happen, and then what end up happening is, when our people a lot of times start getting into stuff, things have to happen to stop a lot of people. And then they just end up taking everything away. Well, these, they fighting like monkeys anyways. We getting too many lawsuits or whatever it is. We just gonna cut out this. And then the money that people could be making, you can't make it no more, because a few got that crabs in the barrel mentality and they go crazy. It's a lot of people going crazy on YouTube. And you mark my words, I'll give it maybe another year or two. This money ain't gonna be this accessible, because you're gonna start seeing other platforms take over, because you know it's too much stuff going on YouTube, and I'm gonna leave that alone. People that's not used to having anything, right? People that's not used to having anything fight for crumbs, especially when they're already criminals and stuff. They don't know how to do things in decency, or decent people don't know how to be decent. I mean, people that have not been decent don't know how to be decent. Never wrestle with the pig. You both get dirty, and the pig likes, absolutely. The pig loves slop. Okay. So that's how that works. Um, yeah. Anyways, you guys. But at any rate, I'm back and I'm here to stay. I'm here. I came back for a mission and a reason. And as long as I have been on here, and I don't get into um saying, well, this person, you might hear me say it sometimes, because my thing is, if I hear something off somebody else's channel, I will say, I heard it off of this channel. I'm not gonna go and troll people and take their words and their phrases verbatim and then act as if I thought of that. I'm not gonna do that, right? Because I know a lot of times when I'm busy, I might think of something, to talk about, and I'll go, let me do some research. And I might do some research, and if I see it somewhere else, I'm gonna say, well, I saw this somewhere else. But as it relates to this Dolph's case, you have not heard me do any capping. Um, Thank you, Miss Shirley. Hey, Tam 08. I haven't done any capping because I try to give you guys as much truth as I can give you. Okay, as much as I can say. But the thing about it is, the stuff is going to come out anyways. It's going to come out anyways, and I'm willing to bet you on everything that I have. What I've been saying from the very beginning is the way that it's going to be. I'm willing to bet every damn thing I got on that. And it's not going to be embellished. If I don't have anything to say about the Dolph's case, then we're going to talk about something else. And really, as I was saying the other day, when I had gotten word, I said I really had said back in January when I first started doing this that there was going to be and I'd heard there was going to be some more rappers indicted. But then last month I started hearing in the atmosphere that it was getting pretty close. Okay, and then when I was downtown on Friday, I had I was talking to somebody, and I had kind of got some nuggets and put some stuff into the atmosphere. See, I can do that, because I talk to the people that know, and it ain't the people out in the street. Now, sometimes a lot of the street stuff that I hear, if it come from the street, and it don't mean it's not true. They know. Like, you'll see Rest in Peace Young Dolph get on here, he'll drop nuggets. You see Player Cole, he get on here, he drop nuggets. These are people that are out in the street. They know. They're right out there in those neighborhoods. Okay. Um, so but yeah, anyways, I came back I'm on here for a reason, and it is not to be harassed, it is not to be bullied, it is not for my accounts to be hacked. And I had 20 something videos deleted, but I'm not, hey, I'm not going to even talk about that right now, because it ain't even worth talking about at this point, because that is beyond my pay raise, right? I mean, that is beyond my what I do, right? That right there is beyond that, okay? And what's going on YouTube is really beyond all of us. It goes into another realm, another area that can take care of stuff like that. And it's a damn shame that black people are on here acting like monkeys. And it's sad. Crawling. Right, we not tripping. We keeping it moving and crawling into barrels, but we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving, and we're gonna keep the truth going. That's what we're gonna do. That's what I've been doing. Hey, Sharon Webster, that's what I've been doing. Okay, but what I wanted to do was I want to go on and get into this Young Dolph situation. Of course. And y'all know we talk about Young Dolph, especially you see me talking about Young Dolph a lot. You see a lot of people talking about Young Dolph a lot. And I think, when you see some of the Memphis vloggers talking about Young Dolph, it's more so because Young Dolph was on like a homegrown level, right? This was Memphis. is his hometown, right? And that's right, Harold. And he was gunned down so heinously. And so young Dolph was a 36-year-old young man at that time, had became a self-made millionaire and all of that. And it's been a lot of narratives thrown out in which, I don't talk about. And here's the thing, like when there are a lot of narratives and stuff thrown out, I know sometimes people think that I'm mean when they get on here and they go, but this right here, I heard this and I heard that. I kind of what I do is I shut it down immediately. And I don't be meaning to be mean to anybody because I'm not a mean person. But when you know what you know, you because see, I don't know if somebody is getting on here. I know a lot of times people are hired to get on streams and into comments to try to push a narrative. So if they say it enough, it start messing with the minds of the people if you see it enough and you hear it enough, right? And so I kind of know what's going on with that. That's why I shut it down. And if they won't stop, I block them. Hold on for 1 second. Okay, you guys, I'm back. And if they won't stop, I'll shut it down because I already know that it's a lie. I'm not gonna let that be pushed. People go, well, we should be able to have our own opinions. Yeah, people can have their own opinions, but if I know something is not the truth, I'm not gonna consistently let a bunch of people come and put that stuff in my chat to try to influence my subscribers if I know it's not true. I know when this stuff ain't true. I know when it's a bunch of garbage because I probably have seen it somewhere else and I go, okay, now they trying to push a narrative on that. And then when I start seeing some of the same people in my chat, I'll let them know that's not true. That ain't it. And then I have my moderators delete that because I'm not on that train. Push the same narrative so that we all can make money. We get people to believe this. We all be on one accord. I'm not on one accord with everybody because I know the truth. Okay. I'm not on one accord with everybody because I know the truth. I go over there to Player Code's page. I go over there to a couple people's pages. But I'm not on one accord with everybody because I know what's going on downtown. And a lot of what I hear on here ain't it. And so people get mad at me because I don't buy into that narrative that the police set Dolph up. The police didn't have no reason to set Dolph up. The police were the ones out there that killed him. The people that they got in jail, those are two other people that was out there that killed Dolph. Whether anybody want to believe it or not, that's who it was. Okay. I never said that they were the only ones. I said they were two other ones. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to show a video. We're dealing with the timeline. We know that Young Dolph was killed on November the 17th, right? I mean, I think with the way that Young Dolph's murder has happened, I feel like a lot of it happened the way that it did because it had to. We've been seeing a lot of rappers just get taken out, right? And then we say, oh, that rapper was killed. Oh, that's messed up. And then like 2 days later, we go on back to our normal everyday lives, right? Because we all stay so busy trying to survive. So with this Young Dolph's case, a lot of people, I think at this point, God is just tired of people thinking that they can just take his people out and then nothing happened. You talk about a philanthropist, a father, did good music, very proud because he was a self-made millionaire. Just a smart young man, and so it has brought a lot of attention. Now, I can say for certain that the police wasn't involved, David. I understand though. I respect your opinion, but I can say it. They weren't. Not unless you know a crooked one that was involved. If you know a one that was involved and you for sure about it, you let me know. And so thank you, Harold. And so he was assassinated on it. Oh, back to what I was saying. And so of God is just tired, okay, of people thinking that they could just take these rappers out and then just live their lives. These are young men that have families. Like it should be a shame. And one of the reasons why I've been watching the Finesse Two Times situation very closely is because Finesse Two Times has been shooting up the charts. Now they're trying to say that it's some beef surrounding him and Moneybag Yo. And I guess it was there the whole time. But if we watch this stuff closely and make enough noise, people can't think that they could just pull the okie doke and take a rapper out just because they dare to be successful and nothing happened, right? They can't just think that they could just do that. Hold on. Um, hold on, y'all. Y'all know I'm getting stuff. I should have had. Hold on, because we going back from the beginning on this. And see, a lot of people want to say that Cornelius and Straight Drop was set up. Y'all don't really know who are the witnesses, and you don't really know who's talking. You don't really know. A lot of people are just kind of guessing, right? Hold on one second. Hold on, guys. I've always said, and I will say this, and I hear people say, because I've heard people say, I've seen where people, talk about crooked police officers and things of that nature. And I never said that there's a crooked person, there are crooked people in every organization. It's a shame that it has to be crooked people in a police department. But there's a bad apples in every organization, right? And so I hear people go, well, this police officer was crooked, and they'll start pulling up uh, um, um, posts that show where a police officer somewhere had been arrested, and they'll go, that police officer was crooked, but they don't say, but that police officer was fired. They pull up a post from 3 or 4 years ago, or from 10 years ago, where a police officer was disciplined about 10 times. Because I remember one of them, and I knew the officer because I had worked with him, and he was mean as hell when I worked with him. He should have been fired. But they got his disciplinary history, and they talked about, well, I'm proving how crooked MPD is. And this guy was a patrolman. He was never an investigator. Okay. But he was out on the street and he was mean as hell. He had anger issues. His issue was putting his hands on people, not planting evidence, but he was very, you know, he used excessive force. So MPD would fire him, but they are covered by civil service. And civil service would help him to get his job back. He was so mean, they called him Dirty Red. And he looked mean too. He just didn't have a personality at all. He was just a mean person. And I think they fired him several times. Thank you, Princess B. And he got his job back. And I think the last time that they fired him, he did something, and civil service was not able to get his job back. Civil service is an organization that help like city employees or whatever, that have rights. They fight for them to help them when they, fight against the city when they are fired, to help them to get their jobs back. This last time, civil service wasn't able to help him get his job back, and that's been over 10 years ago. And I saw where somebody was using that as an example one time. They was like, see, I told you MPD was crooked. They was involved. That's one person. So because we've all worked jobs, just because somebody's still on the job, that means that everybody on that job is the same? But what they failed to say, or what they did not know, was that officer had been fired for 9 damn years, way before this Young Dolph situation. So what would that have to do with the Young Dolph's case? And so that's why I don't let any and everybody get in here and push all types of narratives, right? I just don't. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So we're kind of gonna go back to the beginning. Let's see.
Bit of a crowd right beyond the barricade there, the closest to the building where this happened, and they're still trying to see what's going on. You can see now tow trucks are being brought in. Now we do know that we have heard that there are still some vehicles up there that may have been involved in this. I don't know Young Dolph's vehicle, it may still be up there, but we do have some tow trucks. We've seen 2 that have come through, and this one going through now, maybe actually getting ready to remove some of the vehicles that may have been involved in this. We have not gotten close enough to actually see any of.
You notice what she says, some of the vehicles that may have been involved in this. It's a lot of stuff that we don't know yet, you guys, because they have not put it out there, okay?
Those vehicles, and I know Jarita talked about what type of vehicles that Young Dolph had, and how he had bulletproof vehicles and that kind of thing, and not being sure what he was in at that time. But all of this obviously, apparently, happened inside the store when he was outside of the vehicle, possibly. This is what we're hearing, that talk that's going around now. But they're moving in with the tow trucks to move some of the vehicles out. Police now going in beyond the barricade, but it really has quieted down here a lot with the citizens that are just standing around, but still some, but not as many as it was before when this initially happened.
All right, thank you, April. April, I have a question for you. Does it appear that any active search is going on in that area? I know you said police haven't been telling you much, but does it look like they're searching for anyone?
We can't tell whether they're searching for anyone or not, but we know they're talking to a lot of people. Now, we have seen a lot of police officers in uniform talking to people, and as you know, Stephanie and Alex, there are probably tons of undercover plainclothes police officers that are out here now and getting out in the community, talking to people who knew him, talking to people that may have known any kind of beefs that may have existed between him and anybody else. So I'm sure they're out doing that. And that individual that I talked to and said they were meeting with the higher ups, they're probably saying the same thing, that they're out trying to talk to people because, as we said, somebody knows what happened. Somebody knows that this was going to happen, and somebody knows where the people who did this are right now. So what they're trying to do is to get out in the streets and talk to people and get people to open up. A lot of times when things happen, and we know it in our community, when crime happens, people don't want to say anything. They want to be quiet. They don't want to get involved. And they're hoping, because of who Young Dolph was, that might prompt some people to finally say something, saying enough is enough. I know something. I'm going to, say what I know. And that's what it's going to take to help police to kind of solve this, too. That's why they say the community involvement is so important, because the people are the eyes on the streets, and they know anything that's going on, and they know when it's happened, and they know what happens afterwards. And that's what they're going to kind of depend on as well to be able to get this solved, Stephanie.
All right. Thank you, April. We're going to let you go back and gather some more information, and we'll check back with you a little later.
Yeah, April, that's my dad's first cousin. She looks a lot like my aunts, just like my aunts. Hold on one second. I'm talking about my dad's sisters. Let me see.
Why this shit going on right now? This shit going on right now.
Damn. It's like grandma.
Oh, this is grandma. Yeah. Grandma got hit. I know the shop they also going on. They went to God's house too. God's mama house. I just got the information. Yup. They got the information. They just shot a prevay. Oh, he got the deep now. That prevay. He's been right now. Right now.
She had the family, so he ain't gay.
Yeah.
She fought on. Right now.
That's what it
Yeah. Ain't no with they just killed that man grandma. Right?
killed dog grandma?
Yeah. These motherfuckers mine.
That could be on pump, man.
They finna get in there.
Long live dog.
Long live dog.
Rest in peace to the real.
R.I.P. dog.
I think they was waiting for them to. I can't look at it beyond that, because when I saw that car leaving without him being in it, it got me emotional, and I don't want to see them bringing his body out. So I'm gonna move past that, because I'm starting to get a little emotional on that. And so I want to move to that night. Whew, Lord have mercy. That the trolls were on live, you know.
Man, I want to know what.
Nowhere to be
This
found.
is who pointed the police in
like
that
that.
direction, really.
They got back
Other than the
Know where the
tips.
South fit. Somebody calling me, man. Oh, God. So them folks
Bro,
talking.
like folks think y'all for real. Y'all going to Mexico.
That's what I'm telling
They
you.
talking about going to
In the
Mexico.
city. Yeah, they stop
We
playing.
ain't
Dumbass.
nowhere. Dumbass. I just
We
went
ain't
in the
going
South
nowhere. I
today.
don't care about no nigga putting up 200 on my head.
Add
Add that shit up. What I said?
up.
Dumbass.
Now you heard him say, I don't care about no nigga putting no 200 on my head. We ain't going nowhere. These are the two that pointed the police in the direction of them and the people that surround them. Okay.
That felt like first bidding on KK. That felt like they bidding on KK.
Now they talked about a guy named KK. KK is a young man that hung around them. If you listen to them closely, now he has not really been in the news, but his name was the one that came up because One time CEO Bobby said on live, I didn't do that. KK did that, right? Hold on. But I don't think KK was one of the ones that we saw in that picture that they put out. Okay, not in that particular picture that was put out.
Add it up. That shit really $1 million. They gotta give us the 1K though. And for like you might well drop a song, all this clout they done gave go. I ain't even chase it. They gave it to me. Stop playing. Dumbass nigga. I ain't chase shit. What your bitch? Don't make me Snatcher. Mr. Snatcher. Mr. Snatcho shit.
Yeah.
Mr. Snatcho shit. And can I go to jail today? I bet I get out tomorrow.
Okay, that's messing up. But y'all see the night that Dolph was killed, they was kind of on there trolling. JoJo Splat and CEO Bobby kind of trolling and laughing and insinuating. They kind of knew what happened, right? But I think JoJo Splat has regretted it since then because, you know, I saw him having all kinds of damn breakdowns shortly after that when he started getting, you know, hot. You know, he ain't numbered like 18, 19, so let's see. And then shortly after that, hold on, because I'm trying to go back from the beginning. Okay, hold on. Hold on, you guys. It don't look like I'm gonna find it. I was trying to find the video where Cornelius Smith was first arrested. You know, when they pulled him over, when they arrested him, there is a clip in Mississippi when he was first arrested. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward to
being here today. I think today's is certainly appropriate for this announcement. It's a major case. It's a big deal. We're proud of the work that everybody you see standing up here has done, and even some that you don't see. There are a lot of unseen heroes that participate in this case that you'll hear about them, but unfortunately you won't be able to see their faces. I also want to thank the clerk's office for allowing us to use their space. And I'm told this is the first time that the Marshal Service has held a press conference in this space, so I think this is certainly fitting and proper that we do this. So we're going to give you a few updates in this investigation. So as you know, the U.S. Marshal Service is the federal government's primary agency for fugitive investigations. I think we are the best of the best. We get results, and today's announcement demonstrates that. When the Two Rivers Violent Fugitive Task Force, thank you. Sorry, it was somebody's recorder.
Yeah, is it still recording?
It is. Okay. When the Two Rivers Violent Fugitive Task Force was asked to participate in this fugitive investigation, we since that time we've logged hundreds and hundreds of hours into trying to apprehend Justin Johnson, even before the reward announcement. And once a reward announcement was made, we received over 500 tips. And we went through that process of vetting those tips and reaching out to our partners across the Southeast to help us check addresses. And I'll just tell you a few of the places that we checked. We went to Indianapolis, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, and Hampton, Virginia, checking different addresses and following up on tips. We were very diligent in what we did. And yesterday, with the assistance of our headquarters Investigative Operations Division, headquartered at Marshall's headquarters in Arlington, Virginia, we got a tip that Justin Johnson was traveling on Highway 42 in Indiana. So we contacted the Great Lakes, U.S. Marshals Great Lakes Regional Fugitive Task Force and asked for their assistance. And so through a coordinated effort, they were able to stop a vehicle as it pulled into a truck stop in Brazil, Indiana, just outside of Terre Haute. And Justin Johnson was safely taken into custody. And I just want to also give credit to the Indiana State Police, the Putnam County Sheriff's Office, and the Terre Haute, Indiana Police Department for their assistance. And once he was taken into custody, we also identified a second person that was in the vehicle with him. This man that goes by the name of Shondale, I'll spell his name S-H-O-N-D-A-L-E, Barnett, B-A-R-N-E-T-T. Shondale Barnett, date of birth is February 6, 1994. He's originally from Memphis, but lives in Dallas. Shondale Barnett is a person who we believe was providing assistance to Justin since we've been looking for him. And he now faces charges of accessory after the fact to first-degree murder. He's being housed at the Clay County, Indiana jail, and he will face, and there was a state warrant that the marshals filed on him. And so he will face go through the extradition process of being extradited back here to Shelby County. Now, Justin Johnson, on the other hand, he was transported to the Knox County, Indiana jail. And he was booked on a violation of federal supervised release. He went before a federal magistrate in the Southern District of Indiana this morning at 11:30. He waived his identity hearing and he waived his bond hearing. So in essence, he has agreed to come back to face the federal supervised release charges in the Western District of Tennessee. And he will go before a judge in this building, go before a federal magistrate and have an initial appearance on that charge. I can't give you a timeline for safety purposes, but just know that when he's ready to be transported, the marshals will be bringing him back here to this building to face those charges. I want to thank Chief Davis for the confidence that she has in our office. Whenever their investigators, they do a tremendous job. MPD is just, you won't find a better agency when it comes to investigating crime. But when they get a warrant, I appreciate the confidence they have in us. And they'll call the marshals because they know that they're going to get results. I also want to thank our partner agencies on our task force. Chief Davis provides task force officers on our task force, as well as Shelby County Sheriff Floyd Bonner, Fayette County Sheriff Bobby Rouse, and the Tennessee Department of Correction. We have a great working relationship and a great partnership, and I just want you all to know that we do what we can to keep this community safe and apprehend violent fugitives on the run. I also want to thank General Wyrick. She's committed to prosecuting violent offenders in our community, and that's refreshing. Whenever we call, we need something from General Wyrick, she's always there, just a phone call away, and I just appreciate her. I also want to thank, as I said before, there's some guys on our task force that they have ate, slept, and drank Justin Johnson ever since this happened. I mean, I have to tell you, those guys took it a little bit personal, and you definitely could see that. I mean, they fielded calls all night long. They would come in, no sleep, eyes red, red from lack of sleep, not red from anything else. And I thought I would clarify that. Just want to tell you that, you won't find a more committed group of guys, and it's that way throughout the Marshal Service. We pride ourselves on our work. That star been shining bright since 1789, and it's shining bright today. We do what we do, and we do it for the safety of our community. I'm going to step away, and next you'll hear from Chief Davis, and I think at the conclusion we'll answer what we're able to. Thank you. Chief.
Good afternoon. So what I'll do is provide just a bit of a summary of the MPD's work towards this particular case and the apprehension of these two wanted individuals. So on Wednesday, November 17, 2021, at approximately 12:24 p.m., Memphis police officers responded to a shooting at 2370 Airways Boulevard, Makiba's Homemade Cookies. Upon arrival, officers located 36-year-old Adolph Thornton Jr., known as Young Dolph, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Thornton was pronounced deceased on the scene by Memphis Fire Department personnel. After an exhaustive investigation by MPD staff, investigators, and supervisors, many who are in this room right now, 23-year-old Justin Johnson and 32-year-old Cornelius Smith were apprehended. Justin Johnson, who is a wanted person of interest in the murder of Young Dolph, Adolph Thornton, is now in custody, thanks to the Marshal Service and their dogged, relentless, and unwavering commitment to getting this individual off the street. Cornelius Smith is now in custody as well, pending the following charges: first-degree murder, criminal attempt to first-degree murder, convicted felon in possession of a handgun, employing a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, and theft of property in the amount of $10,000 to $60,000. These arrests would not have been possible without the dedicated men and women of the Memphis Police Department and our partners, specifically our homicide unit. Last year, these investigators handled more than 300 homicide cases. They work day in and day out trying to identify individuals with the same type of aggression and unwavering, intrepid spirit that was involved in this particular case. And without the assistance of our partners, and this is a short list of individuals or groups that we need to identify. Of course, the United States Marshals, Marshal Tyrese Miller and his team, the Two Rivers Violent Fugitive Task Force, the Multi-Agency Gang Unit, MGU, Shelby County Sheriff's Department, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, the Covington Police Department, the South Haven Police Department, the DeSoto County Sheriff's Department, the Indiana State Police, and the Putnam County Sheriff's Department. The Memphis Police Department would also like to thank all the men and women who were involved in this investigation for their dedication and hard work. We also would like to thank the hundreds of citizens, not just from our area, but from around the country, who provided tips throughout this investigation to ensure these individuals were brought to justice. Thank you to our citizens and to the public for trusting the Memphis Police Department and utilizing our Crime Stoppers Anonymous tip line. This is an ongoing investigation. Thank you very much. And at this particular time, I'd like to ask our District Attorney General, Amy Wyrick, for remarks. Good afternoon. As you have heard, the list of people and the energy involved in the work dedicated to apprehending these two individuals has been limitless. This case will be handled in the District Attorney's office by 3 of our ADAs, Paul Hagerman, Austin Schofield, and Joey Griffith, who are assigned to our Crime Strategies and Narcotics Prosecution Unit. Because of the criminal histories involved in the individuals charged, the case will be assigned to our Special Prosecution Unit Division 7, which handles, as you all know, repeat violent felony offenders. You've heard us thank, and it has to be said again, the hard work of the men and women standing behind me and the agencies that they represent, and the sleepless nights and the countless hours that they have dedicated to this case that we're here talking about, but all of the others that they are working on and doing the same in terms of bringing someone to justice so that victims of these crimes can have closure and so that we as a community can have that closure as well. I wanted to take just a minute and clarify a few things regarding the criminal history of Justin Johnson. So you've heard that Cornelia Smith was indicted by the Shelby County Grand Jury yesterday. You've heard the charges that he was indicted on. As for Justin Johnson, in July of 2015, at the age of 17, he was charged with aggravated rape and aggravated robbery at the gunpoint. The victim in that case was a woman at an Econo Lodge. He was found delinquent. He was placed in the custody of the Department of Children's Services until his 19th birthday. Our office filed a transfer request in that case that was denied, and he was placed on the Violent Juvenile Sex Offender Registry. In January of 2017, January 31st to be specific, he shot 3 people at the Billy Hardwick Bowling Alley, and many of you all have covered that case. In February of 2017, he was arrested on that case after MPD solved it. In May of 2017, he pled guilty to 5 years concurrent for the shooting in the Billy Hardwick case. In November of 2017, he asked a criminal court judge to be released from that sentence, and the judge granted that request. That was 9 months of time on a 5-year sentence. In May of 2018, he was arrested with a handgun and illegal drugs. The next day, he posted a $7,500 bond. A week later, he was arrested for violating the conditions of his probation with the new gun and the new drug case. 3 days later, he posted a $15,000 bond on that violation of probation. He was indicted by the federal government in July of 2018 as part of a weekly
Okay, y'all. I guess that was it for that, but she was just kind of reading his charges and things of that nature. So I was trying to download something else for you all to see, because like I said, we're kind of going back from the beginning. Okay, so then after that, after they did all of that talk about them being arrested and things of that nature, next thing we know, Shondell Barnett is let go, right?
Surrounding the whereabouts of Shondell Barnett, a suspect connected in the murder of popular rap artist Young Dolph, who, as you'll remember, was shot dead in November on Airways Boulevard. Barnett was arrested in Indiana along with the accused triggerman, Justin Johnson, and charged with accessory after the fact to first-degree murder. WREG's Alex Coleman reports Barnett was supposed to have been extradited back to Memphis, but his name isn't showing up in the court system, and we found out why.
January 11th in Brazil, Indiana, authorities captured Justin Johnson, wanted for the murder of Young Dolph, along with Shondell Barnett. The following day, at a multi-agency press conference, Barnett's arrest in connection to Johnson was announced.
Shondell Barnett is a person who we believe was providing assistance to Justin since we've been looking for him. And he now faces charges of accessory after the fact to first-degree murder.
Justin Johnson was extradited back to Memphis to face charges, while Shondell Barnett was booked in the Clay County, Indiana jail on an outstanding warrant from Shelby County. According to Clay County Sheriff Paul Hardin, Shelby County was contacted and told Clay County was holding Barnett on Shelby County's warrant.
And we were contacted on January 21st, and they told us that they no longer were wanting to come up and pick up Mr. Barnett, and that we were to release him at that time.
When asked if he thought it was strange given Barnett's connection to Justin Johnson, the sheriff responded,
I'm not sure what the warrant was for out of Shelby County, Tennessee. All I knew was that there was a warrant for his arrest. Whether he was involved in the altercation in Tennessee or was just a passenger in the vehicle with the other individual, I don't know.
Sheriff Hardin says he has no idea where Shondale Barnett went after being released. Shelby County doesn't know either and has issued a warrant for Barnett's arrest, adding on attempted first degree and theft of property between $10,000 and $60,000. Alex Coleman, WREG-TV, News Channel 3.
Cornelia.
Now, y'all know that sounds strange all by itself. That sheriff didn't know what to say. You know, there is no way in the world that a sheriff is going to house somebody in their jail and not know what the damn warrant is for, right? So for him to say that, you know, yeah, it's something wrong. You know, when I heard him say that, yeah, that sounds strange. I had no idea what his warrant was for. Of course he knew what the warrant was for. If he's holding an inmate, they got all the paperwork there and they see exactly what the warrant is for because they have to send them all of that paperwork. The marshals had taken them and housed them in the jail. I mean, anyways, that's weird, right? But hey, as as I always say, we just getting started in this Dolph situation, right? I tell you, it's already been a lot of stuff going on. Oh yeah, I forgot to show this. That was Young Dolph's them leaving his funeral or going to his funeral or something. They had to have a lot of security. It's a darn shame that they gunned that man down like that, and they had to have all of that security around his casket and his funeral and his funeral party and all of that. I think it's a shame. It's a shame, and you know, it gets me extremely emotional because you know it's a shame what they did to him, and then to have celebrities that we support like Yo Gotti's people get on here and talk about the dead and troll him and laugh about it, and we still support them. And Yo Gotti doesn't try to put a lid on it. And then it's a double shame when you have vloggers that get on here to try to mislead you all, and they know that they're telling lies, and it's like they try to attack those vloggers that they know the truth. But not only are a lot of the people that that was involved in Dolph's situation in some kind of way, not only did they pay to put bags on his head or whatever, they're also paying for a lot of this media to try and slant the truth. That's why y'all don't ever see me waver. That's why they keep trying to delete my videos, and I can't talk about that right now, but because they've gotten into something else. But It's because I dare not change. And I'm not going to change. YouTube is not my primary source of income, right? So I can afford to get on here and tell the truth, even if I ain't got but 2 people. I'm gonna tell those 2 people the truth. I can't be bought and paid for. Now I sell services with my profession, but that's my expertise. But as far as getting on here, I can't be bought and paid for it. It wouldn't be a need for me to be on here if I was going to get on here to just mislead, to get the likes and the views and things of that nature. And you would think with Black people having the opportunity to have a media to tell the truth, that they would do the same thing. Instead, they do, a lot of them do the exact same thing that the main medias do. But it's, of course, I understand it's because a lot of the Arabics own the media and as well as them. Okay. So, and I no disrespect to the Arabics, but I got to tell the truth. Okay. Okay, let me see something. And so then, child, it's been so much stuff that happened in this Young Dolph's case.
We're hearing from the family of rapper Young Dolph since his tragic killing in South Memphis. His loved ones gathered for the unveiling of his honorary street name in Castalia Heights.
The same neighborhood where he was raised. WREG's Bria Jones joins us now live with a look at that touching ceremony and details on tomorrow's public tribute as well. Bria, what do you know?
Well, tomorrow, thousands of fans will gather here at the FedEx Forum to pay tribute to Young Dolph's life. But today, it was all about those who knew him best coming together to honor his lasting legacy. Unveiling his father's honorary street sign, Young Dolph's namesake pulling the string on Adolph Young Dolph Thornton Jr. Avenue, nestled in the heart of the Castalia Heights community. A road his mother, Mia J., hopes will be an inspiration for the community.
I think that he's more than deserving to have a street named after him, in honor of him, to continue the legacy so children of this community can be able to look forward to just being above what their environment presents them.
Mia, Dolph's life partner and mother of his 2 young children, says with this untimely murder, the tribute is both bittersweet and heartwarming.
This is just an illustration of the great work that Adolph did within this community, and it just allows for us to see his legacy continuing visually, although we know that we're going to continue to carry it out.
That includes his charitable work and love for the city of Memphis.
When you see that sign, that's not just a sign for Young Dolph, but that's a sign for the future of this community.
I guarantee you, we guarantee you, that his legacy will live on.
Keeping his memory alive, more than 5,000 fans will gather Thursday morning at FedEx Forum for a grand celebration of life.
Just honoring him in the king way that he deserved to be honored in.
The FedEx Forum says doors will open here tomorrow.
Okay, you guys. So those are the few other things. I kind of wanted to take us back to the beginning because I think because we hear so much and we see so much, right? We kind of forget and we'll get lost. Okay? Okay? And then I want to show one more video. Hooding said, "Hey, it ain't healthy, okay? It ain't never been healthy." One more video.
New developments with the Young Dolph case. There is 2 new people the police are looking for, persons of interest: Joshua Taylor and Devin Burns.
Okay, I for some reason I thought that was I actually thought that I don't think that's the main news media. I think that was something from somebody else's page. I clicked on the wrong thing. It just don't sound like. Did that sound like Jeremy Pierre? I don't think it was. Yes, the hurt on Mia's face is extremely sad. It you could see the hurt on her face, an excruciating pain, and then that had just happened around that time. Of course, it never, you never stop hurting. It just get easier. Yeah, she said Agent Teasy. I'm telling you, but a lot of people forgot about Teasy and Devin Burns, and which I think are two major components in this Young Dolph's case. Okay, I think those are two major components, two major entities. I don't know if that was real news or not. Was that Jeremy Pierre? Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna have to look at it again for myself. Lord have mercy, because it just didn't sound right. Child, I'm gonna have to see. Um, I'm gonna put the mute on it first.
We have new developments with the Young Dolph case. There is two new people.
Y'all, that's Jeremy Pierre sounding like that. I think it was the real news. What?
They're looking for him. Let's go to Fox, courtesy of Fox, and react to this.
Well, new developments tonight in the investigation into Young Dolph. Memphis police have named two men as persons of interest in this case.
Now keep in mind, persons of interest. Key word, pay attention.
So take a moment and look at your screen tonight. Joshua Taylor, Devin Burns. Memphis police want anyone who knows where these two are to call police.
No, that's not real news. That's music in the background. But y'all, like I said, I think you don't hear a lot of people talk a lot about Teasy and Devin Burns, and that's because of how quickly that was let go. Right? I think they play a major part, as well as JoJo Splat and CEO Bobby. Now, the last time I checked, CEO Bobby was still in jail on the 5th floor in the program pod, child, with a high bond, which is weird within itself. Yeah, that's weird within itself. Okay. Now, we think about Young Dolph's murder case, right? When we think about that, we think about everything that was leading up to Young Dolph's murder, right? I don't think it was just, it was not just an isolated incident. I'll say it like that. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. I want to show y'all something else. I know I said that would be the last video. Hold on, you guys. But I feel like this right here, this wasn't like an isolated incident. I think that there were people that had been trying to take Young Dolph's life for the longest. I feel like there was people that wanted him gone, and it was a consistent effort. So when it's all said and done, 2 plus 2 is 4, right? I don't go outside of that. I don't think it's going to be anything outside of that, because if you think about the people who've been charged with Young Dolph's murder, they still have some type of connection to the people that had tried to kill him before. That's true. Hold on, let me see something, y'all.
News from CMPD this midday. The department releasing some new video in a deadly shooting that happened on Juneteenth, and it happened on Beatties Ford Road. You might remember 4 people were killed, 10 others were hurt in the incident that happened back in June. Now we have some new video. We're going to show you.
Okay, I thought that was his 100 shots video of when he was when his van was shot up, And so back in 2017, you guys, in February of 2017, Dolph was shot at in Charlotte, right? And then shortly after that, Antavius Gardner turned himself in but was released. And then now that was in February of 2017, like over 100 shots was fired. And then in September of 2017 in Hollywood, California, that was the same year, Young Dolph was shot and a Corey McClendon was arrested, right? So it seems like to me in 2017, his life, somebody wanted him dead in 2017, and they tried a couple times that we know of, and that's on record. And it seemed like to me they all came from the same camp, because Antavius Gardner was from whose camp? Black Youngsters Camp, if I'm not mistaken. And the Corey McClendon was from who? Allegedly Yo Gotti's camp. Supposedly his best friend, right? So I read what happened. They said that they were out in the parking lot in California, and Young Dolph got into an altercation with some men, and they knocked him to the ground. They ended up knocking him to the ground. So that means they all jumped him. I think it was 2 or 3 men. And as he got up to walk away or to run away or whatever, he was shot. So that means they try to kill him, because when you shoot somebody, you try to kill him. And they said he stumbled into a store that was at the by the hotel area and asked for help, and he collapsed. So they even tried to take his life at that point, and they got mad and was trolling in all the comments and things of that nature, saying Young Dolph was a B. He was, a little B. They got mad at him for going into a store and asking for help. They said he was a little B because he gonna run into a store asking them to call the police. That's what pisses me off when folks talk about the police, because everybody has gone to the police about something, right? If you've had loved ones that was involved in a crime, you've depended on the police to get you some justice. Otherwise, if you're gonna be out there killing everybody, you're gonna be right in jail before the people who did it would be, right? Right. They say, I had heard that he was definitely in his camp, but I'd heard he was his best friend. I don't know though. And if I'm not mistaken, there's somebody in jail right now serving time for doing something to Young Dolph. What's that young man's name that's in jail right now? Is it Keon? Is it a guy named Keon? He's in jail right now. That's out of Yo Gotti's camp. He's serving time right now. Okay. So then, y'all, as it relates to this Young Dolph's case, now I'm laughing because Bang Wayne was arrested. Now, a lot of people have their suspicions about Bang Wayne. They say that Bang Wayne was actually the one was out there. Bang Bang Wayne liked to try to rob and shoot people. That's why his ass is up in that wheelchair right now. Because he called himself gonna rob Moochie Grape and Moochie Grape. They both in the damn hospital together. They done shot each other. He took the chain. Moochie Grape shot him. He shot Moochie Grape. They on the same floor in the rooms, 2 doors down from each other in the hospital. That's why I say our people need some damn repair. On the live, talk about who shot off first, right? So then Bang Wayne, child, they say Bang Wayne a trip in that jail too. They say Bang Wayne was the one that was out there. They said that's why his head was covered up, because he was trying to cover those dreads up. Now, you know, I always say I feel like it was Cornelius, and a lot of people don't think that it was Cornelius because they say Cornelius, they say that Cornelius never hung around straight drop them. We don't know who Cornelius knew. I'm looking at who were the financiers, because that's what matters. Not because, let me tell you something. Cornelius lived in the same neighborhood that straight drop them hung out in, that they was trapping in and everything else. Them folks knew each other. Cornelius was a criminal. He was a career burglar and robber. And so and when people are robbers and burglars, they tend to do in everything else too. They probably just had not gotten caught. Because you know, if you go rob somebody, you go up in somebody's house, you got a weapon and you prepared to do something because you don't know what's going to happen. Okay? Yeah, Bang Wayne. I'm telling you, Bang Wayne's story is interesting. I do think that Bang Wayne played some type of part. He might have been out there, but I think that was Cornelius. I've always said I feel like it's 99.99% Cornelius, because there's always room for error. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. Rest in peace, Young Dolph said Bang Wayne can't walk no more. See, Bang Wayne likes to rob people and shoot them, and then the thing about it was he always got shot back. he wasn't no good shooter. He always got shot back. So the last time they shot his ass back, they put him in a damn wheelchair. Okay. But I think that Bang Wayne plays a major part in this. I just don't. If he was out there, he wasn't the ones that we saw on those pictures. But Bang. Anyways, let me move on from that. Okay, so rumor was that so he was arrested in the 300 sweep, right? That's what they said about Bang Wayne, that he was arrested in the 300 sweep. Okay. But now Bang Wayne had a history, you guys, of stealing cars. He liked to go to the dealerships. Miss T, you can't even say his name without I'm telling you, they say Bang Wayne something else in that jail. Listen, y'all. Bang Wayne had a history of stealing cars, right? You think about it. CEO Bobby is down there on the 5th floor in the program pods with that high bond, and they got him up there with the inmates that are in the program pods. That's kind of weird within itself, when he ought to be on the 4th floor with the type of bond that he has. But Bang Wayne used to like to go on the dealerships, to the dealerships, and steal the cars, which means he was probably a part of some chop shop, which it seems to me that whole little group was connected to a chop shop, right? That's something that you all need to pay attention to. These folks that was stealing these cars, this grand theft auto and larceny, and I mean grand theft auto and all of that, and chop shops, stuff like that. That's something that y'all need to pay close attention to. Who own these chop shops? I think that's going to be whoever they was reporting to, as it relates to some of these chop shops changing these VIN numbers and things of that nature. I think that's how they all got some type of connection. But who was they reporting to? Who was the boss? Who was the owner of these chop shops? That's important to think about and remember. Okay. Okay. Because remember now, back in December of 2021, MPD started. That's when they first started busting up some of these chop shops, y'all. And 300 people was arrested in the operation, right? 300 people was arrested. See, I, you have to pay attention, because I think that these chop shops and the owners of these chop shops, y'all, may have some type of connection to this Young Dolph situation. Because as we see some of these major players that we see getting locked up, like CEO Bobby, JoJo Splat, and all of them, they was involved in it, right? All right. So we got all of this, right? And I know, and it's so much more that we don't even know. That's probably, as I said on Friday, I think after the elections, Monica says Special Agent Splat, after the elections, we're going to start to see some more indictments. I mean, I just feel that in my spirit. The elections are August the 4th. That's next week. I think we're going to start seeing more indictments. Okay. Right after that. And then, right. And then we had 800 pages. Now, a lot of people was disappointed because they was like, you had a lot of people saying, well, they don't have anything. They don't have anything. And then those 800 pages came out. And then we consistently seeing defense attorneys reschedule court dates, asking for more time and things of that nature. That tells me whatever that was in that 800 pages, because I hear it's 800 pages and counting. The defense, I hear the prosecutor just tagging them left and right. They can't even get no breath. They just tagging them. They, and there might be there might be a strategy, because those defense attorneys, not to give them everything at one time, because those defense attorneys, they play extremely dirty. Okay. Yeah, I think we got some trolls in here tonight, y'all. I think we got some trolls. Okay. Okay, good. Y'all, they have started already, right? But we're just gonna keep going. So those defense attorneys, notice when I started talking about the defense attorneys, that's when the troll popped his head up. Those defense attorneys played kind of dirty. And I hear it's 800 pages and counting. And that could be a strategy of the prosecutor they gave them those 800 pages. When they come back to court, they got some extensions on some stuff. Okay. They give it to them in segments. And if the defense attorneys, because they already had 800 pages, y'all, if it wasn't nothing in those damn 800 pages, okay, those defense attorneys would have walked back in there and asked the judge to throw the whole damn case out because nothing in here pertains to my client. There is not any evidence. Okay? That's what they would have did. But I think whatever is in those 800 pages and counting, it's got the defense team discombobulated, and they trying to think of a strategy and trying to find some credible people that can come up in there. And you know, you have to be careful about trying to get people to lie. He got too much equipment to be still in the car. So, you know, me personally, I don't think we're gonna see Cornelius and Straight Drop going home. I think I said from day one. I've said it from day one that they had two of, and I know I said it, that they got two of, you know, the right people. They got two of them. But you know, I think we're gonna start. You know, I know we're gonna start seeing more indictments. It's gonna be interesting to see who else is going to be indicted. Now, that's what's gonna be interesting. Because back in January, now let me go back to Cornelius and Straight Drop. Now, some months back, some people had said to me that they didn't think that the case was going to go to trial, that they felt like they was going to plead out. So when you start hearing stuff like that I don't even think this case is going to go to trial, I think that they're going to plead out. That let me know even back then that they had a whole lot of evidence. Hey, Black Swan. When you start hearing people say, I don't even think they're going to go to trial. Straight Drop's attorney a couple months ago, from the way he was looking, he looked defeated. He looked extremely defeated. Okay? I want them to go all the way through with the trial so all the evidence comes out. Well, I think I had said a long time ago, Straight Drop's attorney was the plead king. He is the plead king. And I think even now, the reason they keep, you know, I believe that some of their attorneys are trying to convince them. They're probably trying to convince them to take a plea. Because Judge Coffey already let them know they're going to get 65 years. Their attorneys might be letting them know, if y'all plead out, you know, at least you won't get 65. You probably get 45. Because they're not coming home anytime soon. They're not coming home anytime soon. As a matter of fact, they're not coming home no more anyways. Okay. So, hold on, you guys. I was trying to get something else. Let's see, is there a certain amount of time they can put his bond hearing off? You know what? Until the judge gets tired of granting it, until the judge gets tired of granting it. But you know, I can't understand, y'all, if you got an attorney and you're having bond hearings, and your attorney is supposed to be trying to get you home. Why do y'all think that, in y'all's opinion, why do y'all think that he's trying to get the bond hearing? He supposedly want to get Cornelius a bond. Why do they keep asking the judge to give them more time? And they the ones that want the damn bond hearing. What y'all think is going on with that? Because I ain't never seen for no defense attorneys to ask for to request the bond hearing. And now every time they get there, they're asking the judge for more time. I don't think they recovered from them 800 pages and steady counting. You know, he might be, I think, you know, at this point, you already know. I never thought that Cornelius was, I felt like he was going to get a bond, but I always felt like it was going to be so high that only a rich person could make it, you know. Y'all, they've started spamming the chat. Y'all got it? They've started spamming the chat. Okay. Y'all, they done started. Hold on for a second, you guys. Okay. So, you know, I think now, guys, well, the only thing we have to do now is just be patient. I think I have been saying to you guys, I said from day one, I said Young Dolph is going to get justice. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't see the reason why Cornelius would want to get out on bond and then have to go, you know, stay somewhere else outside of the state. Don't he know that the people that paid him to do this will get scared and take him out? Because he get them 65 years or whatever. They scared he might start talking. Now, how Bang Wang gonna hold his Draco and push the wheels? I tell you, Bang Wang, something else. There has been a first-degree murder indictment handed down in the Covington shooting. Anita Wilson, a person, will be expedited to Tipton County to face those charges after he finishes current. Okay. Did they say who it was? Make it make sense? I think Straight Drop has come to terms that he's not going to get out. I think Straight Drop has come to terms with that. Right, because it could be a danger to his family. And I don't think it would be nobody retaliating against him. That would be the perfect opportunity for the people that pay him to take him out because everybody would think that it was a retaliation. When actually they got him out the way to make sure he wouldn't talk. So I don't know why he would want to even get out on bond. Yeah, Ganguly told it all, you know, in the way that he was looking. He looked completely defeated. I think Ganguly knew what was coming. Ain't no telling what he had been told. You know, he was more worried about Cornelius telling on Straight Drop to try to get him some, you know, try to get his time reduced. Okay. Hold on, you guys. I'm looking for something. Hold on, guys. Y'all still tripping off Bang Wang. Bang Wang like to shoot people. Bang Wang like to shoot people and always get shot back. He rob people and shoot them, and they always shoot his ass back at the same damn time. At the same time, he just Lord have mercy, Jesus. Hold on, you guys.
Cornelius Smith. Ms. Smith, good morning. Smith, we'll actually raise your right hand with your handcuffs, so I'm going to tell you've been indicted by the grand jury of Smith. You charged in indictment 22-00014 with the offense of first-degree murder. Ms. Smith, that offense carries a sentence of life in prison. The state of Tennessee could also file a notice to seek the death penalty or to seek life in prison without the possibility of parole. You've also indicted in count 2 of this case, Ms. Smith, in charge of criminal attempt to commit a felony 2 with first-degree murder. That Class A felony carries anywhere from 50 to 60 years in prison. Count 3, Ms. Smith, charges you with being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, alleging that you've been convicted of an aggravated assault. That's a felony with statutory elements involving violence and attempted use of violence. That B felony also carries 8 to 30 years in prison. This offense occurred after July 1st, 2021. That's an 85% sentence, Ms. Smith. If you're convicted of that crime, you have to serve 85% of that sentence. You've also been charged with being employing firearms in the commission of a felony.
Y'all, Cornelius ass looks guilty to me. Look at how he looked down like, what in the hell did I get myself into? Because I long heard the rumor that they say he said he wished he never did that. So I've been knowing that he wasn't innocent.
Offense. That C felony carries anywhere from 3 to 15 years in prison. The gun charge is a 100% sentence for Smith. If you're convicted of a gun charge, you have to serve 100% of that sentence would have to run consecutive to attempted murder. You've also been indicted by the grand jury and charged with theft of property. And that C felony carries anywhere from 3 to 15 years in prison.
Straight drop look like he having a hard time too. Listening to, see, they be thinking that life is 25 years. He look at his eyebrows, that he tensed up. That says it all.
Smith, you understand what you're charged, sir? Yes, sir. Smith, you have an attorney.
We're looking in the hiring law right now.
You are in the process of trying to hire an attorney right now, sir?
Yes, sir.
Who's going to hire an attorney for you, Mr. Smith? Have you talked to an attorney yet?
Yes, we're looking in the hiring.
Do you know what attorney you're trying to hire, Mr. Smith?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. How much time do you need in order to get an attorney hired for you, Mr. Smith?
About another week.
You think you'd have a lawyer in a week, sir?
A week and a half, 2 weeks, yes, sir.
Have a seat for a second. Talk to you in a minute, please, sir. Mr. Justin Johnson. Mr. Johnson, good morning, sir. Mr. Johnson, in that indictment 2103333, you are indicted for the same similar conduct, rather, let me rephrase that, as in 2200014, brother, you're indicted for the same conduct as your co-defendant, Mr.
Y'all go back and look at that video of when those young men was out there on Young Dolph's crime scene. Look at that mask that's on Straight Drop's face and how his face is shaped. Okay, look at how his face is shaped and how that mask look on his face. It looks the same way on that video, on that picture that they released. I'm telling y'all.
Mr. Cornelius Smith, count one charge for first-degree murder. Again, that carries a sentence of life in prison if convicted. Life under Tennessee law, Mr. Johnson, is construed to be 60 calendar years. You have to serve 51 years of that sentence before you become eligible for release. Attempted first-degree murder carries 15 to 60 years in prison. Being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm carries 8 to 30 years in prison. Employing a firearm in commission of an attempted murder carries anywhere from 6 to 15 years in prison. That gun charge is 100% sentence, Mr. Johnson. If you're convicted of using a gun, employing a gun in an attempted murder, you'd have to serve minimum sentence of 6 years at 100%. No sentence would have to run consecutively. You've also been indicted for theft of property. That C felony carries 3 to 15 years in prison. You have a second indictment. That apparently was superseded by the other indictment, which I just read into the record. 1210333 charged for first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and theft of property. Now, do you understand the charges against you, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an attorney, sir?
Working on it.
You're working on hiring an attorney. Mr. Johnson, who's going to hire an attorney for you, sir?
Okay.
How long will it take you to get a lawyer, Mr. Justin Johnson?
I can't answer it. I don't know.
How much time do you want to continue your case so that you and your family can hire an attorney, sir?
2 weeks.
Mr. Johnson, if you tell me that Judge Coffey, I cannot afford an attorney, I will appoint an attorney for you. Do you understand it, sir?
I can afford one.
You can afford an attorney. Let's stand up for a second also. Mr. Smith, if you tell me that you cannot afford an attorney, I will appoint a lawyer for you also. Do you understand it, sir? You tell me that you can afford an attorney. Mr. Johnson, Mr. Smith, you do not need the court to appoint an attorney for you. Is that correct? And Mr. Smith, you told me you can have an attorney hired in a week or two. Mr. Johnson, you told me you don't know how long it would take you to hire an attorney.
I don't know how my people got to do, that. I don't know.
When would you like to be back in court so you can let me know whether or not you were able to hire an attorney, Mr. Johnson?
About a week.
About a week.
About a week.
Mr. Haggard, you handle this case with the state of Mr. Griffiths?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're both asking for a week, is that correct?
I should know something in a week.
Mr. Hagerman, with Friday of next week, the 28th of January, be a good day for you?
That's just fine.
Yes, sir. Mr. Smith and Mr. Johnson, I'm going to continue your case until Friday, January 28th. That will give you about 90 days to see if you get a lawyer hired. Now, if you come back on Friday, the 28th of January, and you tell me that you cannot afford an attorney, I will appoint an attorney for you. I will appoint a private lawyer for you, somebody who's qualified to handle the most serious cases in the state of Tennessee. I will appoint a lawyer for you if you tell me you cannot hire an attorney. Now, I cannot let you sit in jail week after week, month after month without an attorney because it would violate your rights. Do you understand it, sir? Mr. Johnson, you have any questions, sir? Mr. Smith, you have any questions? I'll see you both back in court on Friday, January 28th. If you have a lawyer hired, that's fine. If not, I'm going to appoint an attorney for you. You can both step back in the back. Thank y'all for bringing Mr. Smith and Mr. Johnson to court for me.
Straight Drop said he could afford an attorney. I wonder why he ain't got one.
We call the court to recess. Everyone can remain seated.
Court stands at recess. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you in 9 days. Thank y'all for being here today. Be safe. See you in 9 days. Be careful. Yes, sir.
Did the family already leave? Do you know, Joe? They're right there. They're right here. Perfect. Turn it on. You mind turning it on?
Yes. I don't know. Is that yours? I was about to pick it up.
He left the bag in just track off.
Y'all slow down like 4 feet this way for the deputies.
We got hers. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now we're not too bad. Beautiful. Much better.
T's been in
All right, you ready? You step up. Okay. This is Paul Hagerman, Hagerman, with the District Attorney's Office.
Okay, so we saw, but what exactly happened today?
Today we had the two defendants, Mr. Johnson and Mr. Smith, in court for the first time on the murder of Adolph Thornton, Young Dolph. It was set for arraignment. Both of the defendants asked for more time to get attorneys hired, and so we'll come back in about a week and a half for that.
You know, understanding that they don't have attorneys right now, how long can they actually sit in jail?
Our judges here try to get people attorneys fast. They don't want them just sitting in jail. Now, these defendants have a right to hire an attorney, you know, of their choosing. Sometimes it can take a defendant up to a month to do that. This judge wants to make sure these defendants have an attorney, you know, sooner rather than later. And so we're coming back in about a week and a half at the request of the defendants.
They still have no bond, right?
They still have no bond.
Understanding that at this point in time, only 2 people have been arrested in regards to Young Dolph's shooting. Do we know of any other arrests? Do we know we can move on right now?
All I can say is the investigation goes on.
Is Mr. Barnett, he was in Indiana in jail. He's charged as an accessory after the fact. Is he back in Memphis? Has he been extradited back?
My understanding is he's still in Indianapolis.
When is he going to be extradited? Do y'all know?
I don't know.
Any details?
now y'all see that. Now his charges have been upgraded, and you saw how he cut her off, and he act like he didn't know what was going on with Shondell. But Shondell charges have been upgraded, which means he should have been in there with them, right? But you see how he kind of brushed her off quickly. He didn't want to talk about that.
The very beginning stages, but in regards to how long this thing will go on in trial, what are we looking at?
We're at the beginning stages, the very beginning. This is literally, you know, their first court date, so it's, you know, it's hard to answer that. This is a process, though, as y'all know. Y'all covered these cases before. Once they get attorneys, we'll start from there. We're in a courtroom that moves fast and expeditiously, and we'll just see where we're at month by month. But I think, you know, Memphis wants some closure to this thing, and the family, and we do too.
When a case like this, obviously high profile, there's so many rumors, so many people, you know, saying stuff, whatever. Does that make things more difficult on your office?
Don't really pay attention much, like, to the rumors, and I don't have much social media or things like this. I know who the victim was, familiar with him, know what he meant to Memphis and what he symbolized with regard to, you know, being a self-made person and the grit and grind of Memphis, and we need to get some justice in this case.
Paul, you've been a very busy man. I'm talking about with the Lorenzo Wright case and now this on your hands. It never gets easy coming in contact with these families, obviously.
Well, dealing with the families is, you know, you have to have hard conversations with them, but it's one of the best things about this job is getting to meet these families and talk with them, and they share with you, you know, personal details and things about, you know, the victims. And
I told y'all they kept in contact with the families to always give them update, which is why Young Dolph's family has been very quiet, because they know what's going on.
There's some meaningful conversations and some meaningful meetings with the families, so that's not the hard part of the job.
Have you had communication with Dolph's family?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you can share, or?
They're very interested in the prosecution of this case. His mother's actually sick today, so she's not here, but some other family members are here, and they're gonna, I look forward to meeting with all of them pretty soon.
Obviously, great detective work and everything, but we talked about 500 tips in this case. Would we be at this point if it wasn't for the public's help?
Tips came in from the very start. These detectives worked nonstop. They literally didn't sleep for at least a week or so once this thing happened. I think as far as what has led to the charges and the investigation and things like that, you just have to stay tuned to the various court dates and things like that.
So you're still not releasing a motive or anything?
At this point, I wouldn't be allowed to comment on stuff like that.
Understanding the eyes are on Memphis right now, in the music world, all around the world, just understanding, getting this thing right. Are we at the point where, again, we can go to trial, even though the trial hasn't been set, but we can go knowing that these two, from the DA's office, you all have strong evidence against them?
We wouldn't be here without strong evidence against them. We're confident, and y'all saw the video from November 17th when the two people shot and murdered Dolph. We got the two people in court today.
More arrests could still come?
Investigation ongoing.
Can we say who was wearing that Bass Pro hat?
I couldn't comment on details like that.
Since they've been here, have they complaints about their incarceration here or anything they have to say being in jail?
I haven't heard from either one of them.
Thanks so much.
All right, y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
See you next week.
Okay. So, y'all see that man saw what was on that tape, right? Now, somebody said, I'm getting ready to look that up. Shondell Barnett has not been charged with murder. I thought I saw that, but I'm getting ready to look it up myself. Y'all hold on one second. Let me look it up. I'm almost sure that I saw it. Let eyes see. Barnett, N-E-T-T-S-H-O-N-D-A-L-E. Make it make sense. It says that Shondell Barnett is charged with 1, accessory after the fact; 2nd charge, 1st-degree murder; 3rd charge, criminal attempt, 1st-degree murder; and theft of property, $10,000 to $60,000. And he was charged with those charges on January 11, 2022. I wish I knew how to pull it up on this screen. I'm going to read that again. Shondell's charges are accessory after the fact. That's one charge. Second charge, first degree murder. Third charge, criminal attempt first degree murder. Fourth charge, theft of property, 10 to 60,000, which is always a car. When you see 10 to 60,000, they went and stole the damn car. Okay. I mean, so that's what it's saying. I just read it. I'm looking right at it. So make it make sense. I don't really know what you're looking at, but I'm looking at what's in the criminal justice system. And I just went to the public site. So, I mean, it's safe to say, I believe, why would Shondell take an interest in trying to help Straight Drop to escape? Out of all those people, why was he chosen, or why did he take an interest? I've I've heard people say that I've heard of many of stories. I get tickled when I hear these stories too. I've heard that Shondell and Straight Drop was cousins. Child, I done heard that me and Straight Drop was cousins. Everybody be cousins. I ain't never in my life met him. And then now listen now. I heard that Shondell and now this, and I'm gonna have to put allegedly on this. I heard this Shondell and Straight Drop was lovers. Catalina took the words, right out of my mouth. They said that they was going together, something. And so then there's a story out that Shondell has went and had a sex change. He's living his life as a woman, and that's the reason why they can't find him. Oh my God! When I heard that, I hollered. Monica J said, I just refuse to engage with people that bash Dolph's family and artists on other channels. Is strong. It's a strong no for me. Yeah. Well, I already let it be known that we don't, over here, I don't participate in that. Anybody that comes in here to try to bash Dolph, his family, or any of his artists, it's not going to be tolerated. You come in here, I warn you one time, I'm not participating in that smear campaign. There is a all-out smear campaign going on, and it really has a lot to do with Young Dolph. Whoever financed his hit is financing these cuckabug heads to try and destroy a lot of them, what's left of his legacy, by putting out these narratives, and other people are just kind of catching on to it and running with it. It really has nothing to do with his artist. It has everything to do with trying to destroy what remains of Young Dolph, and I'm not going to participate in it. They said Shondell lives in Battle Creek, Michigan. Why? Okay. He was hiding under Young Thug's dress before he was arrested. So does it show he's locked up or still a wanted man? Let me see if he's got a warrant. As a matter of fact, let me check that out. I tell you, this stuff right here is something. I'm getting ready to see. It's probably was still showing that he has a warrant, but I'm getting ready to check and see. Yeah, it's still showing that he got a warrant for first degree murder, accessory after the fact, criminal attempt, first degree murder, and theft of property. That's exactly what it's saying. So lucky me, has he been seen in Michigan? Okay. Chandel might have been the driver. He was probably out there on that scene in another car. Yeah, we don't know how many. We don't know how many other cars was out there because all we know is that the one car that they did show us, right? But it says Chandel is in federal witness protection, reading over 875 pages to make sure he ain't missed nothing. They say he's hiding behind Mount Rushmore. I wonder if Chandel Burnett is gonna mysteriously appear. I find it real strange. I got a message for youngster too. He steady being funny until he can't. All I'm saying. So do y'all think that Chandel Burnett is in hiding? I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all think he's in hiding? I'm interested in knowing what y'all think. Or do y'all think he's on the run and he's actually just hiding real good from the police? What do y'all think? Okay, Auntie Fee thinks that Chandel is gonna pop out at trial. They say he's rehearsing. Yeah. So rest in peace, Young Dolph. You think that Chandel is still on the run and somebody hiding him out? Or you think that the police is hiding him out? It would be something to know that somebody is hiding him out and they just kind of letting it go on. Lucky says he bet his life savings that Chandel is in the state of Michigan. So what is he doing in Michigan? Do you think that he's in hiding from the police? Rest in peace, Young Dolph said he think that youngster is hiding him. Well, that's a sad life to live if that's true. Lucky Me says he's got family in Michigan. Um, Miss T at the Ritz Carlton in Fed custody. No way. He's that smart to hide from cops. Come on. That's true. And I mean, it said a lot the way that prosecutor just kind of brushed him off because Shondell charges have been upgraded, which means Shondell should be right beside Straight Drop and Cornelius, right? And so their prosecutor should have had more of an interest in him. And he didn't seem to have no interest in it and didn't want to talk about it. Lucky, what's the address to where he at? Lucky said he wouldn't have bet his life savings. Lucky, where he at? What's the address, Lucky? So we can send the folks. Jeff Lee said he think he is undercover. Player Coach says a lot of these plays been getting ran because them people well connected. I think he in witness protection. Otherwise, they would be looking for him and have him on every news channel like they did Drop. He telling and cutting deals. Right. Lucky said he's at an apartment in Battle Creek. Lucky, have you told the police? Since they still looking for him. Now his life saving first, then we will send the folks to Michigan. I wonder how long he was with Straight Drop. I wonder how long I don't know. It jumped. Let's see. I wonder how long he was with Straight Drop before they got caught. And Khalil says, I agree, I play a call. Why look for him if you know where he is at? He was hiding Straight Drop, and I also think he was the one that told on Straight Drop too. So y'all think he's going to be a witness? I do too. I think that he is going to too. And that's just my personal opinion. And I'm usually never wrong. Although I could be, but I don't think that I will be. I mean, because Paul just said it all. No, they're not. They're not even. The folks know where Shondell be live at since he was released from jail, Battle Creek, Michigan. If he was released from jail, they need to take their warrant out the system. Oh, okay. You're saying that he's okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. When they mistakenly released him, right? Supposedly. make it make sense. I'm reading to you what they got on the site. That's what they got on the site. Because they also got criminal attempt first degree murder. That would be of Dolph's brother too. Okay, they said T's is in ATL. I tell you, every time somebody do something, they run to ATL. Player Co says, remember how Drop was moving when he was first on the run doing videos, popping up on lives. He was protected by the bag at first. Soon as that bag left, he got popped. Sure did. I'm gonna see if I can find that. Hold on, y'all. Now, it's a difference in what we see now and what we seen before, y'all. I tell you. Y'all see, this is when he first went.
Of killing well-known Memphis rapper Young Dolph will soon have their day in court on murder charges. That case is moving forward as police continue their investigation. Thanks for joining us on the News at 5. I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. Johnson Johnson and Cornelius Smith are set to be arraigned Wednesday. Johnson was arrested by U.S. Marshals in Indiana after spending weeks avoiding arrest. Smith was already in jail facing a list of other violent charges.
WREG's Shay Arthur is live tonight with what's next in the case. Shay?
Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Greg. As you well know, this is a case so many are following so closely. Those men were set to appear before a judge today, but it was pushed until tomorrow. Tonight, they're here in 201 Poplar with no bond. In less than 24 hours, Justin Johnson, also known as rapper Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith are set to appear before a judge after a grand jury indicted them for the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph.
We're going to do everything we can to pursue justice for these victims, just like we do all day, every day.
Both men have recently appeared in court on separate charges, and records show both men have.
Now, y'all see how Straight Drop, when he first went to court, how he was a little different. It's like he had a little arrogance about him in the beginning, like he was going to, get out. Cornelius always looked like what they say, a cooked hen.
Been in trouble before. In 2011, Smith was convicted of attempted aggravated robbery. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison. In 2018, he was charged with aggravated kidnapping in a domestic violence case, but a grand jury did not indict him. Justin Johnson's rap sheet is a bit longer. Take a look. The district attorney's office tells us he was placed on the Violent Juvenile Sex Offender Registry in 2015 at age 17. In 2017, he shot into an East Memphis bowling alley with an assault rifle, injuring multiple people. He was arrested 10 days later and held on a $250,000 bond. In May of 2017, Johnson pleaded guilty to 3 counts of aggravated assault and sentenced to 5 years in prison. But after serving only 9 months, a judge granted him probation. In May of 2018, he was arrested again, this time on gun and marijuana charges. then released on a $7,500 bond set by a judge. Prosecutors filed a petition to revoke his probation, and he was rearrested a week later. Days later, Johnson was released on a new $15,000 bond. 2 months later, the feds took over Johnson's state gun case. He was federally indicted and convicted in February 2019 and served a little more than 2 years in federal prison before he was released in May of 2021 for good behavior by the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Then, months later, he's accused of killing young Dolph. We asked District Attorney Amy Wyrick about his history today.
What has to happen is the legislature needs to get serious about these are what these laws mean in the state of Tennessee. And if you break this law, here's what it means in terms of accountability and what sentence you're going to do. The offenders deserve that clarity. The victims of crime deserve that clarity.
Again.
Okay. So y'all, the reason I played that is because I wanted y'all to see, like 6 months ago when they first started going to court, how I do believe that straight drop, and I do believe that he thought he was gonna get back out. He don't think that now, but I think he felt like in the beginning he was gonna get back out. You can't hustle a trap when the fed's on you. So how was he having racks out here? Pay attention now. You hot. You can't sit still for too long. Yeah, y'all. So, you know, yeah, he forgot about his background. I think Straight Drop been out there for a long time. I think Straight Drop was one of the go-to people. I don't think that he was randomly chosen for this hit. I think, and when you choose somebody to go do a hit, it's for you. It's because you built up some type of trust. You know, well, not trust, but it wouldn't have been the first time that he went and took a job like that from somebody. Okay. Yep, he was go to because he was already pillow talking on Dolph to Jude. You know, I think one of the saddest things that I've ever heard was, I can't remember who it was, but I believe it was another rapper, or I was looking at a video of a guy, and he was saying that if Dolph had a killer on his team, if he had been feeding him right, it would have been Gotti instead of Dolph. And you know, I think it's a damn shame because the guy looked to be about in his late 30s or early 40s, or his ass might have been older. But you know, I think it's a darn shame when you have grown men, especially that old, sitting up feeling like another man is supposed to feed them and put food in their mouth just because he got out and hustled on the pavement and made himself a millionaire. It's okay to give people opportunities. People, you know, say, well, you know, why didn't he, you know, why didn't he sign Straight Drop? Well, who knows what all went on with that. But the rumor was he didn't sign Straight Drop because of that sexual assault that he had, the aggravated, you know, rape that he had. I mean, to me, that would look bad for any record company, especially if you're going to have females as fans. But of course, you know, now a lot of these record labels and these men and stuff, they get rich off of disrespecting women. And which is, I can't understand how black women, you know, tolerate that, you know. But that wouldn't look good for anybody. To me, that's a liability. But for anybody to think, especially another grown man, to think that another man is just supposed to feed him, to me that's just pitiful. That's pitiful for a man to say when he's supposed to be wanting to get out on the pavement himself. And Young Dolph, that was Young Dolph's label. He was signing quite a few people. So there had to be some reasons why he didn't sign Straight Drop. Okay, I'm sure that it was more than one. We see Straight Drop's history, and more stuff is coming out about Straight Drop. So I'm sure he had his reasons. Whatever his reasons was, it was his label. We can't get mad at people for what they choose to do with their stuff. And I think that's where a lot of these adults got it twisted at. You got folks all old and crusty, and they still got the issues confused. If a person has built a business from the ground, they got a damn right to decide who they want to sign and who they don't want to sign. And for another man to say if he had been feeding him right, like he was his damn baby, putting baby food, spoon feeding him, he was supposed to give him food and stuff, and especially if he wasn't working for him. Okay, to me, when a man say that he wasn't feeding him right, I think of how we used to put the food on the little Gerber food on the apple sauce and stuff and feed our babies. That's what I think of when I hear a grown man say something like that. And that's why I say our community is lost, because you go kill a man. One of the reasons why they wanted him gone is because he didn't sign them. So now if you decide you don't want to sign somebody, or you get a business, you decide that's just like saying I didn't want to, with me, if I don't want to hire another investigator to my company, they ain't got no business getting mad about that, because people decide on who they want to hire and who they don't want to hire each and every day. So when people say stuff like that, to me that it sounds extremely pitiful, but it's unfortunate that that's how a lot of these people thinking. They messed up. Just like God can sign whoever he wants to. And a lot of these other labels. Do you know how many people done got passed over and didn't get signed? But you got people trying to justify what Straight Dropping them did to Dolph just because he chose to sign their ops. They didn't say Dolph's ops. They said he chose to sign their ops. Okay. When that man was a businessman and he was signing talent, just like you've seen in the past, Arista, Universal, all of those companies, they signed talent. They didn't give a damn who liked each other and who didn't. All they had to do was coexist and go out and make money. We know he wasn't used by Dolph at all. He was bad for business. Yeah. Anyways, that when you're a businessman, you have to separate personal feelings from business decisions. Seems like anybody Dolph cut off, they turn into a super hater. That's true. And when they turn into super haters, it's really because they've been hating all the time. Yes, I did. For those of you all that is just coming into the room, y'all, please hit the like button. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, everyone. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Miss T, I need to use your studio to shoot my first video. Okay, you can use it. Facts, they turn into a super hater quick. Cataleo says, I agree with you on that at Demon. He was damned if he did and didn't in certain folks' eyes. Dolph had that blueprint for making millions without a label. The music industry was not going to let him get that out to other artists. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. They didn't like him getting that out to other artists. And it's sad that you had, black artists, and it usually is them, that is so willing to, help to line somebody up and take them down. Because it was quite a few people that participated in doing that. So that's messed up. And you could tell Dolph was a loner. You could tell. So, yeah, I hate this happen. Hold on, I'm trying to find something else.
This is the year that our favorite numbers come together, 3 and 7. This is also the first year we don't have the opportunity to celebrate you together. Over the past 8 months, life has been strange. Our beautiful family is blemished, and myself, Trey, and Ari can't go a day without reminiscing how beautiful life was with you. Ari tells everyone how amazing her dad was and how much he loved his chocolate baby.
Daddy, I love you. Make sure you have a great birthday. Love your chocolate baby.
Trey is coming into that special young man you always spoke that he'd become. He admires you in every way, And most days I feel like he is the reincarnated version of you.
Dad, thank you for having me as a son. I'll try to do my best to be a good brother. Amen.
As for me, the load is so heavy. I miss everything about us and all that we shared. I often wish I could turn back time or do anything to still have you in the flesh. But I push past all the heavy and emotional thoughts and just focus on all the many ways I can honor, acknowledge, and make you proud. I love you even after the end of time, and I thank you for allowing me to experience a genuine soul-tied love for as long as we did. Happy heavenly birthday, my love, Mia.
Wow. Yeah. And people act like that's going right over people's heads, that since Young Dolph was killed, Gotti is making more moves now. And I think it's sad that people can do that to other folks just to try and get ahead, and he think he's going to be able to prosper. But everything comes to a head. They win for a season, and then God turns it around, because God is still God. They didn't do it right, so it only lasts for a season. The higher they go, the harder they fall, and when they fall, they be out for the count. So that's the way I see it with that. That's how I see it. Everything runs its course, and then it's over. And I've heard a lot of people, they come into my comments and they ask me about the cookie shop. And as I've always said, I've never heard anybody, any credible source say anything about that cookie shop. So I don't know. I can't say anything good or bad, because I haven't heard a credible source implicate them. So I don't know the twists and turns that this case is going to take. All I know is that it's going to take some twists and turns. I do know that. So it's going to get interesting. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so tired today. And I am very tired. Monica. Hold on, you guys. Let's see.
Another legend gone to the streets. Rest in peace, Dolph. A father, a son, a leader. A man who stood on his principles. And when you're a man with integrity, you deserve to be honored in a way that you will always be remembered. Life's sad, rest in peace to Dolph. Heard he was a real boss. If you ever love somebody, do you know that that's a real loss? How can something seem to be found, but at the same time still lost? I guess we still lost. We keep taking away the people who mean the most, like what really matters. A couple stories, only the real that matters. It's a murder in every city, everybody can't go close the chapters. Death in the flesh, it feel like the rapture. I get that feeling in my chest and get to speaking like I'm born a pastor.
I don't know who he is. Let's see, y'all. We've been on going on 3 hours. I want to try to stay on to 12. Y'all say it's Dolph. Do y'all want to see I was trying to see if there was something that we had not seen. Okay, yeah. We'll look at this. We haven't seen this. Y'all, please hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button, I forgot to see how many likes we actually got. Okay, we got 141 likes. Y'all cutting up tonight. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. He look a lot like his mama too. That's who Ari looked like, him and his mom. I have to pause it. Did it cut it off? Yeah, are y'all still on? I need to know if the live is still going because I don't know. Child, they okay. All right, you guys. Well, they suspended it, so I guess we'll end it on that. We'll end it. We're still live through the StreamYard. We're just can y'all hear me? I think we're still live for the StreamYard. It's just that they've suspended it. Oh, they brought it back up. I think they brought it back up, y'all. They turned it back on. Oh, they turned it back on. Once I stopped the music, they turned it back on. See, I didn't know that. That's something new I learned. That when you turn it off, they'll turn it back on. See, I didn't know that. Right. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to oh yeah, I need to put I was supposed to put my disclaimer. Oh Lord, I forgot. I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna add it. Yeah, they be hating for real. But it don't matter. They turn it back on. I'm gonna add my disclaimer and it's funny, all the things they should be suspending, they don't. So anyways, that was that on that, you guys. Let's see. I agree with you, TG. I agree. It takes you putting some doing some more stuff. They spying freaking haters. Yeah, some of these haters be reporting this stuff too. So tonight, you guys, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go back from the very beginning, to talk about the Young Dolph situation. And a lot of people kind of got lost in the sauce, because even though TZ and what's the other guy's name, the one that went into the court and acted a fool, um Devin Burns, that's his name. They are major players, I believe, in this Young Dolph's case. They just kind of go under the radar. You don't hear a lot of people talking about them anymore. They start bringing in a whole lot of other people, when I think the majority of the ones that played a part in Young Dolph's case, not all of them, but the majority of them, we have seen on the news at some point. We've heard their names, the majority of them. But for some reason, we kind of get off track. You know, uh, a lot of times I don't, though. I don't. I kind of stay on the same trails, because it normally leads to rest in peace. Young Dolph says Bang Wang getting rolled around 201. Bang Wang should have just stopped while he was ahead. Bang Wang likes to go and rob people, and then after he rob them, he likes to shoot them, and then they shoot his ass back. He robbed people and shoot them, and then get shot back at the same time he shoot. I'm telling you, I I tell you, Bang Wang. I think the only good thing about Bang Wang being in jail is that I believe he's had the opportunity to detox. He been up in there long enough. Bang Wang been in there a long time. Bang Wang, the only person I know that shoot people and they don't die, and they shoot him back. They said Bang Wang jumped out of a window from the cops before. They said, right, he tried to buck Moochie. Well, he did, and when he snatched Moochie chain, he came from behind. That's when he shot, and Moochie shot him back. I know they was they was at the same hospital on the same floor, and Big Moochie said that Bang Wang was in critical condition than him. he said straight drop. Wait a minute, y'all. They spamming my chat again. Get them out of here. He said straight drop was off them drugs when he did that. He could, if at least, pull his pants. Everybody know he always sag. And now we know. Now we see they spam in the chat. Now we see who reported my doggone chat. They see them dudes are sloppy criminals. That's why somebody with some sense had to plan the killing of Dolph. Somebody with a big brain. He said somebody with a big brain inside a big head. I tell you. Oh, two pistols. Rest in peace, Young Dolph says, and I ain't gonna say no name. A lot of these. Salute, Douglas. Monica says Bang Wang first 48 episode title gonna be Rolling and Robin trying to make fast money on two wheels. Cass got them chains from Bang Wang and straight drop people. Beluga head. But y'all, it's gonna be interesting. And like I said, we just getting started. Like I said, elections are over on August the 4th. That's next Thursday. Okay, that's next Thursday. Y'all, they steady spamming. And I want everybody to pay attention to finesse. And I want everybody to pay attention to that finesse and bag before it get too deep. Monica said, I rebuke this sleeping spirit in Miss T. Monica, Monica be wanting to be on here all night. Yeah, they trying to interrupt us. They trying. They cut us off, and then we turn around and came right back on. Let's see, like Dolphin got it because a lot of people in Memphis kept that going. Well, so do y'all think that they're gonna go to trial, or y'all think they're actually gonna plead out like a lot of people are thinking that they're gonna do? Even before they gave those attorneys that 800 pages, a lot of people downtown was saying we don't even think it's gonna be a trial. We think they're gonna plead out. Do y'all think they're gonna plead out, or y'all think? Because see, some of you think about straight drop. Straight drop probably is one of those ones that take chances. Because I mean, to him, 65 years and 45 years ain't no different. Ain't no different. I mean, he 20 something right now. If he gets 60, oh, he gets 65 years, he will die in jail. Oh yeah, he'll die in jail. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. What I was saying, T. Hold on. About Kenny being owning WLE Gold don't own that. He not gonna be able to sue Kenny. Who is WBL? Y'all heard what Drop said in court. What he tell that judge? I got the money for an attorney. That's what he said. So evidently he thought he had the money for an attorney, or he thought somebody was gonna go get him one. You know, at this point, if they, you know, with them, if they decide to double cross Straight Drop, I mean, what could he do? It ain't nothing he could do but take it. He know he can't. He know he did that. So he know he really can't tell on nobody else, and he's did a lot more stuff. So what is he gonna do? He gotta take it. He gotta take it. Yeah, Straight Drop it's over for Straight Drop. Monica said Teasy hired the attorney in Jamaica. So read my comment, T. He known for trying to take it to trial. Oh, known for taking it to trial. WLE Gold don't own that. He not gonna be able to sue Kenny. Oh, okay. You saying that he's known for taking it when Drop shot at Kenny. He took it to trial. Oh, so Drop shot at Kenny money? Some people saying they think he gonna plead out. Yeah, Teasy. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Teasy probably the worst kind to have. You know, probably him and Devin, because Teasy don't want to go do no time. And y'all saw how Devin Burns acted in court. He don't want to go do none either. So the rest of their friends and stuff would better be scared. Cause these folks get out here and take somebody else's life and then say, well, I got kids and stuff. I can't go do that time. They be wanting to be out with their kids. Straight Drop needs to stop trying to be faithful and loyal. They obviously showing they don't care what happens to him. So why y'all think Straight Drop has not said anything that we know of? Why y'all think that he hasn't said anything? And why would he still be trying to be loyal? So he can have some money on his books. I mean, he can make money. While he in jail, he could be I think they paid him to go cook in the kitchen. They said Devon Street name Tef. Agent He's doing what them alphabet boys telling him to do. CMG got him feeling like he having nothing on them. Some people say they think seriously Fonda says they think he's trying to Dima says she think he's trying to protect his family. Mm. Y'all, what was Teasy? Was Teasy a rapper? Or was he ever a rapper? Was he a manager? Or was he just a gang member? Monica said his boo daddy don't want him working in the kitchen. Oh my God. Touchdown from the feds. They locked me up for them guns. And straight drop shot at Kenny at the bowling alley after Kenny beat him. Gotta stay focused. I gotta go get to these M's. Dima said Teasy is Juke's hitman recruiter. Once the lawyers get all the evidence, all hell is gonna break loose. Shit, I think all hell already done broke loose. Those lawyers discombobulated. He's supposed to be trying to get Cornelius out as fast as he can. Why does he keep rescheduling bond hearings? And straight drop shot at Kenny at the bowling alley after Kenny beat him. After Kenny beat him at a bowling game, he shot at him. Straight drop really thrown off. Finna buy me and my team some championship rings because shoots, it jumped. I'm trying to take my whole team to the ship. I tell you, they come in here for a little while, and then after a while, they start trolling. Hold on. Let me see something. Oh, y'all, hold on. Now, seriously funny. Let me just say this. Now, seriously funny was one of the first ones to come in here. They come in here and they play cool or whatever. And then after a while, I guess somebody tell them to start trolling. Seriously funny, you ain't got to come in here to try to troll and to try to, be a spy for somebody else. And then when you feel like your gig up, you start putting that in the comments. We ain't got the wherewithal to free drop. Why don't you go get in the Memphis Police Department chat or the FBI or all? That's the walk me down gang for real, not you, not drop. Why don't you go and get go over there to the FBI and tell them to free drop? Why don't you go tell the Memphis Police Department to free him? Why you got your ass in here? Why don't you go downtown and ask them to free drop? Oh, I was going to say, I just blocked him, so I guess somebody else blocked him. I mean, was one of the first ones in here. Anyways, y'all, we've been on for 3 hours. 3. And so y'all make sure that y'all tune in. I was going to say tomorrow, but today, this evening, I am going to have a special agent on. Okay. Two Pistol says, don't start. He said 1 more hour. Y'all, we had a good live tonight. We got cut off, and then we got Seriously Funny probably was the one that support. But Seriously Funny probably reported us, but we came right back on though. We just stayed right in the chat. We didn't leave. They couldn't even kick us out. Once they saw we weren't going nowhere, we were still 100 deep. They just turned us right back on. They couldn't even kick us off YouTube tonight. We had this was a good live. Like I said, we went back and visited the very beginning. And I think that's good. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do that is because I want y'all to remember the beginning. Because I think it's gonna, what you saw in the beginning is gonna have a lot to do with the ending also. And I keep telling y'all, it's something in the atmosphere that, some things are, I feel like some things are getting ready to take place, right? Elections will be over with next week. I feel like Amy Wyrick is going to win because the other guy just I don't think he can beat her. And I think Amy is more dedicated. She's more vested and she's more familiar because she's already there with getting everybody that is involved in this Dolph's case. Like she got her prosecutors on these folks like a pit bull. So I would have to say at this point, and I think that Dolph is more prone to get justice. Like I think they'll go all the way, all get as close to the top as they can get if Amy is there. Because like I said, from what I hear, they didn't come to play in their prosecutor's office because they already knew what they was dealing with. They knew they was dealing with people that would have access to a lot of money. So they kind of went and they tying their cases up. The cases are airtight, as you can see with Straight Drop and Cornelius. As you can see with Straight Drop and Cornelius. Okay. That, 800 pages, my God. And you heard a lot of people say, well, you never know, 800 pages are probably was people just calling in with tips. If that ain't a lie, that's a lie from the pits of hell. We know better than that. Cool, happy earthly birthday to Key Glock. It's Key Glock's birthday? Oh, his birthday Wednesday. Like Phil Collins said, I can feel it coming in air. Oh yeah, I can feel some indictments. Some more indictments are in the air. We already know they coming, y'all. I've been told y'all that they was coming. I've been saying it, and I think it's getting closer and closer. Monica said Key Glock got some juicy lips. Yes, election is next week. And after these elections, that's when y'all gonna start to see a whole lot of other stuff go on. Y'all even heard Paul. I mean, if you looked at Paul and how he tried to avoid some questions, and how he passively said things about, he knew at that point that there was going to be some more indictments. He almost said yes, and then he said yes, it's an ongoing investigation. So if they got all of their people, it wouldn't need to be an ongoing investigation, right? So that was back months ago when I told y'all I heard from somebody within their office that works around their grand jury. Y'all, they starting to try to spam the chat again. I just blocked somebody. Yeah, the trolls are back. They mad tonight, y'all. They mad. That that it was going to be some more indictments. And the person specifically, I told y'all back in January, the person specifically said, when I was talking to them about those indictments, okay, because they was running for office and they was telling me where they worked at. I said, so you had to, they work around that part where the grand, I don't want to give it away, but they deal with that grand jury stuff. And they specifically said that there was going to be more rappers. They said rappers indicted. So they already know who they're gonna get. With cooperation, if he's looking at 65 years, they would tell him if he cooperate, they might give him 25 or 30. Two Pistol said, somebody says, I'm taking the day off when that Rico hit. Everybody saying they're gonna be dancing when that Rico hit. Uh, you know what, DJ Smooth? I think we're gonna get the opportunity to see those 800 pages. And you know, if they have a trial. Okay. She said she gonna party like it's 1999. All right, y'all. We've been on here 3.5 hours. I'm tired as I don't know what, and I still got a report to finish. Yes, I'm telling y'all, when them indictments, when them secret indictments come down, and when that Rico hit, we gonna party. And I got a feeling in the near future, we gonna have several parties. I could just feel it. In the near future, we're gonna have several different parties on different occasions. I could just see it in the future. Yeah, good night. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. As I always say, y'all, it is always a pleasure to be here. I really appreciate. I'm glad, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm always happy when the trolls are being revealed. I am, because Seriously Funny was one of those ones that was in the chat all the time. And then when they want to reveal themselves, they'll start saying free drop. So I guess it'd be time for them to reveal themselves like a few other ones. You know, they kind of let you know they trolls. I don't know if they have a particular time, like if, after, I guess they play cool and play a spy. And then after they're not paid anymore, they reveal themselves so that we can go on and block them. I don't know, because, I know a lot of them get paid, right? But I got a feeling in the future that YouTube is going to be different in the near future. Okay, I got a feeling about that in the real near future. So I think y'all going to start seeing a lot of things get cleaned up, you know. I just see cleaning in the air. It's too much stinking stuff that's in the air that's going on. You know. But as I always say, I appreciate y'all so much. My true faithful subscribers, y'all make this channel. Y'all make this channel what it is, and I truly appreciate you guys. And I'm always going to, as I was saying earlier, I'm always going to do whatever I can to bring you facts. I'm not being hard or anything when I don't buy into a whole lot of stuff. It's just that when I know that something is not true, when I know that something is not true, I don't, and now that I know what happens when people are paid to spread propaganda, um, because of all the stuff that's going on YouTube, I immediately protect my chat from that stuff. I immediately protect my chat from it. And when I say that I will not go along with anything, or this channel will not support any smear campaign on Young Dolph or his family or artists. I mean that. And I say that for a reason, because I understand what's going on. I know how it works. And I understand that just some money has been paid to smear, to try and destroy everything that is left of his legacy. It just won't be supported on this channel. They're gonna have to, these people be getting paid and they be trying to do a job. They're just gonna have to do it elsewhere, because we're gonna block their asses when they come up in here. As I said, when people say we got freedom of speech, I can come in your chat and say what I want to. You sure can. You could put it right in the damn comments, and then after that, because of freedom, we have the freedom to do what we want to do. I'm gonna block you. That's it. It ain't no hard feelings. That's how we do it. You speak your mind, I block. That's how we do it. You speak, I block. Okay. Every action warrants another action, because I don't react. I act. No trolls on, right? No trolls on over here. Okay. But y'all, this was a good live tonight. We really had a good live, Lord. I was so tickled. I said, dog, they cut us off and we didn't go nowhere. And then they had to turn us back on. So, anyways, you guys, like I said, tonight was a good live. We'll be back on tomorrow night. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night. I want you all to have a blessed night. And for those of you all that's got to go to work tomorrow, ask God to go before you. Ask God to go before you, child. Take God before you. Just because I had those dreams today, I want to encourage everybody that's on this live, all 100 and something of you guys, to pray. Make sure you pray. Make sure you start praying more, because the enemy is in the atmosphere. Okay. People are so controlled by their demons. Ain't nobody rebuking the devil anymore. People are just allowing the devil to consume them. They're doing any and everything, and they're doing it out of pure jealousy. People are so jealous that it don't make no sense. But I mean, whatever it is that they're trying to think to get or to try to keep, they ain't gonna be able to keep it anyways, because they always sabotaging themselves. So that's why I say I want y'all to pray more. Just start praying more and start rebuking the devil. Okay, because he lurking. Okay. So ask God to go before you on your job, because I know so many people work with difficult bosses and things of that nature. People already have a lot going on in their lives. And it's even worse when you have to go work for somebody that's difficult. So just know God gonna move them or you. Okay, that's what's gonna happen when you start putting prayer, the right types of prayer on people. God gonna move them or you, and if He moves you, it's to take you to something better. Okay, I don't know why that was in my spirit, but it just was. All right. But anyways, y'all, I want to thank, and for those of you all, as we all are getting ready to go to sleep, I pray God's blessings over you, that the Spirit of God whispers in your ear as you sleep, revealing the mysteries of His Word. You can't go wrong when you pray and put God first, okay? Always remember that. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I love you guys. Have a good night.